The fact that somebody like Nux Fan is actually allowed to be on this earth, in this planet, somehow is still existing is really beyond me, because he is probably the most terrible person I've ever met, and I've met a lot of terrible, cruel, disgusting, disturbing people, and I've seen a lot of pretty nasty things, but this guy is probably at the top of probably the worst people I've ever met, because he is absolutely disgusting. And the way he acts, the way he thinks, everything about him is really disturbing. So he's done a lot of things, and I've made a playlist. I've documented a lot of the things that he's done. And I don't have a lot of I am blank, but at the same time I have a lot to say about how absolutely disgusting he is, and the way he acts, the way he has treated me specifically is absolutely probably the worst treatment that I've seen, or one of them. He has done a lot of things. He has called me names repeatedly, and he has spread lies about me, and he is extremely manipulative. He will manipulate situations, he will manipulate the conversation for his benefit and make him seem like he's the one being attacked when he initiates a lot of the things. For instance, he will call me attention seeking, yet he's the one that comes in my server and constantly tries to provoke me. I have tried to tone it down, I've tried to talk to him, but he will constantly stir things up. He is not coming on my server, and I would frequently ban him, and for some reason I would unban him. I can't exactly explain why. Maybe it's just a weird connection thing I have with him, but whenever I talk to him, I don't stir up the arguments. He's always the one that starts things he will start calling me names or sending offensive photos, which is another thing, that he tends to send offensive photos whenever I try and talk seriously with him, and he is incredibly immature. Like, I have met people, I know people younger than him who are not this ridiculous and immature, and who don't send photos that are extremely offensive, and which it makes it even more offensive because he will send the photos in serious conversations. And one time I was trying to have a conversation with him, and well, multiple times I've tried to have conversations with him, and he will send offensive photos in serious conversations. It wouldn't be so bad if we were kidding around with each other. We have joked around, I suppose, and he's sent photos, and it's not really so bad, but when it's a serious matter, he will continue to do this, and it's just become increasingly worse as time's gone on. He's also has this thing about, he has some obsession with games, in the sense that he will prefer playing games and having a serious conversation. I know he might be trying to divert the conversation. I know he might just be relying on his games for that feeling of, I'm just going to play the games to just try and block it out. But there are some things that you can't block out. You can't just run away from things. He thinks that what he can do, he can just block me, block everything out, as if everything's all okay. Well, you know what? It's not okay. And the way he's treated me is not okay. The way he's treated me is disgusting. When I have all I've done to him before he started acting like this, all I would do is retaliate when he started acting like this. But before all this, I would treat him like absolute gold, and he claims that I did nothing for him. He is extremely mentally disturbed. He has no remorse, and I have sent him messages on multiple occasions, and I've clearly been extremely upset with him, and he makes a joke out of them. He put this M in his bio one time to supposedly make me mad or get a reaction. I don't understand why he had to do this, because clearly he should know how I feel about him, so why would he even feel a need to do this and get further validation? It's beyond me. He literally did this on I know I call it our anniversary, but it's the anniversary of when we met. Like, I didn't mean it in the sense like we were strictly together, because we never were strictly together in that sense, if that makes any sense. But I don't know why he did this, and he was trying to get reaction out of me for some reason. He knew how I felt about him, and he claimed that he did that because, oh, he wanted to get a reaction. He does these things on purpose to get a reaction, and I'm aware that he does that, yet it's so frustrating because I literally cannot help but get so... Obviously, I feel extremely strongly about the situation. I feel extremely strongly towards him, but all I really feel is extreme anger because of the way he's treated me. It's not okay at all, and he seems to think it is. He seems to think he can treat me however he wants, do whatever he wants with me, treat me like I'm some kind of, I don't know, object or some type of like piece of dirt. And he never used to do this. I don't really know what's going on with him. I'm not even saying anything in this video in any specific order. I'm just doing it as it comes to me. But this guy is extremely mentally disturbed because I made a video responding to that M and his bio or whatever, and I can't believe that he would actually comment. There was people that commented, and he was like, "Oh, how?" Basically, Basically, he was like, "Oh, how am I bad because, oh, like, what's wrong with dating someone else, and oh, I just moved on, like, oh, just leave me alone." Like, I take extreme offense to that, and he is irritating the situation to such an extreme. And what he did I also made a birthday thing for him. This was like 3 months before that, and he said to me that, oh, delete all videos about me, and I was furious with him, and I'm still incredibly furious at him, and he is just a disgusting, mentally disturbed piece of garbage, and he does not deserve to be treated nicely. He, for some reason, has something against me or something, I don't know what, but he won't talk to me, and he complains that I send, if I, like, send somewhat like a suggestive, Sonic photo. Well, he sends extremely graphic photos of real life, sexual stuff with people, and it's disturbing. So, I don't know why he does that, and he complains about me, but the stuff that I have sent it's at a much lower level compared to what he does. And the things that he sends, like the memes, the photos, they're so offensive, and that's like all he can respond to now. And he knows that he upsets me, and it for some reason gives him gratification. I have tried to act like I'm not upset, but that's just made me more upset because I'm literally suppressing how I really feel. So it becomes like tied between like, oh, do I just show or do I just not show? But it obviously, for me, it makes worse because I am one to show and express how I really feel about things, and I don't like to keep things hidden because then messages can be misinterpreted, and I don't like messages being misinterpreted, and I don't like being all confused. I don't like people confusing me with mixed messages, so I try and be as straightforward as I can be, but though it's definitely difficult to say what I think and really feel, especially around this piece of garbage. He does not deserve anything good. He deserves to feel misery and pain for the rest of his worthless and pathetic life. And I genuinely hope that, because if I would, I mean, he for some reason once, I don't know what I've exactly done to him except treated him with, I would treat him like absolute gold before he started treating me so terribly, but now I can't treat him that way anymore. And I have every right to be mad at him. I have every reason to be mad at him for what he said, and the way he's treated me, and the way he's tried to manipulate other people into treating me, which is not okay at all. And for some reason, he is very selfish, and he'll only think about himself. And he doesn't seem to understand how serious this situation is, because he is so caught up with himself, he's so caught up with his games, he's so caught up with trying to make himself seem like so much more than what he is, because he is a nothing, he is a nobody, and he should feel a lot of misery and pain for what he's done to me, and the way he thinks that he can act and treat me. And the way he was the one that started like all this, in the sense of I would just treat him nicely, and I would treat him with so much care, and he would just come back with rage, with stupidity, with aggression, and I didn't really understand why, and I would try and calmly talk to him, but he would act so frustrating. I did this call with him. It was that I was exposing him for trying to like raid my Discord or whatever. I did that because I was just trying to show how much I'm an absolute idiot, and I was extremely infuriated with him because of he cares about his games more than like connections. Obviously, the connection between me and him, he cares more about his games, and he doesn't actually care about me. And I would always try and be open and honest with him about things, but I felt like I couldn't be open and honest because of the way he would treat me, and he always would like shut me down every single time. So if he ever sees this, I hope that he knows, and he knows that he is a miserable and disgusting person, and he should just, he's terrible. So, X-Man, if you're watching this, you are disgusting, terrible, just absolutely the worst person I've ever met, and I'm not even saying that I'm not sugarcoating it. I literally mean that you are the worst person I've ever met. Your behavior is appalling. You are an extremely disturbed, mentally corrupt, I would say person, but I don't even know whether you'd qualify for that, because people actually feel things, and if you are masking how you are really feeling, there should be a limit. When you see that you have made somebody feel to the point where they don't even want to be here anymore because of something that you did, that should be the point where you back down, but you have not backed down. You just want to keep digging and digging and digging at the situation. And if I ever met you, if I ever come across you, and if I see you crying, I'm going to make you cry harder. I'm going to make you feel pain. I'm going to make you cry and cry and cry, because I want you to feel exactly what you've done to me. But the thing is, I want you to just feel worse. I want something to happen to you, and I want you to feel extreme pain, extreme misery, and I hope even if I don't come across you, I hope karma comes and it just slaps you right in the face. And I hope it slaps you real hard, because you really deserve to be slapped real hard, because you need a good wake-up call. You really just need a big, fat wake-up call, because there is nothing going on up there. There is nothing up in your puny little head. Because I think it's all drained out, because you are so selfish, and you are so uncaring, and you are so disgusting and disturbed that you think you can just go and block me and run away from this whole situation. I should have never come back to you. I should have never unblocked you. And what you should have never, even though I did that was a mistake on my part because of how you treated me, but for some reason I would always give in to you, because I thought that you were different. I guess I saw something different in you before, like when we first met, because you never seemed to be this disgusting and uncaring and mentally disturbed. And you are seriously disturbed, because no one acts like this. No one normally acts so cold and cruel and uncaring like you have towards me, when all I've done is literally the opposite, and you're turning what I've done to the extreme side. So when you have made somebody feel to the extent of they don't want to be here anymore, that should be when you stop, okay? And you haven't stopped. You just want to keep going. And the thing that really irritates me, so, of course you remember what happened back. I know that Frisk would bait you. I know that she would say things, and she would pretend that she was going to end it all and all this as a bait and as a trick. And she tricked you multiple times, and you fell for it multiple times. Okay? I know that you did that. When she was faking it, you would give in, and you would do all these things and such. When I was real, and I am real about what I say and what I do, I have to be so careful what I say and do, so it doesn't seem like, I try and not talk like that because I know that there are people like her out there who are going to fake, who are going to say all these things. And there are a lot of people like her that do that. They say all these things that they want to end it all, and they're just baiting. They just plain want attention, and they don't actually mean it. Well, you know what? A lot of what I said, in fact, all of what I said, I meant, and I tried to downplay stuff. I tried to downplay stuff as much as I possibly could. So there were, I would say, a lot of what I said was true, but the parts that weren't true were just, it wasn't magnified to the whole truth, you could say. And the way you treated her when she was faking it, compared to the way you treated me when I was real about it, that is not okay, the way what you did. All I really have to say is that it should have been reversed. But clearly you care about her more than you care about me, and there will always be that sense of somebody who, you will always treat me the worst, and I don't understand why you have to treat me the worst. And I really wish that you never came into my life. I really wish that you had just, I don't really know how to put this, but the best way I can put this is that I really wish that you had somehow gotten yourself into a lot of trouble, and you have gotten yourself into a lot of trouble, but either way you would have. Except maybe instead of going and trying to mess up somebody else's life, I really hope that you had messed up your own life, and you have messed up your own life, but in the process you have tried to mess everything up between somebody who actually loves, cares for you. You just decide to trash it all. And you would have never had that if I hadn't come into your life, because you clearly should know how I feel and what I think about you. And every time I have to keep saying, you know why, because you should know why, and you say that you don't know. Well, you should know how I feel about you. And a lot of this is what I wanted to say to you on that call, but you just had to be stupid. You just had to send stupid messages. You had to just send stupid photos. And I really doubt that you'll even watch till the end of this video, but you really need to hear this. And I hope that something happens and you just get hit on the head so hard that something strikes, okay? I want you to be in pain, okay, for what you've done. You more than deserve it. For you to continually treat me this way and think that it's all okay and just run away. I have actually tried to address the situation and confront the situation multiple times, but you just decide to keep running away. You just decide to keep ignoring it, and that is not okay. I think that is absolutely just disgusting of you to leave me in a position like this. You need to take responsibility and take for what you have said and for what you have done. There are a lot of things I know that I would always retaliate whenever you came at me, and of course I would. What did you expect? And I would feel bad because I would wonder whether, did I hurt him? Did I offend him? But I don't know why I would ever worry about that, considering what you have done to me and what you have said. It's just beyond me that somebody would actually act this way. So, and you have, I'm not exactly sure when you and Noah first met, but I do remember when I first met Noah, and he was a much better person. So I don't know whether meeting you altered the way he acts, or maybe it was around the other way, who knows. But he was a much better person before all of this, and I thought you were basically my dream come true, but obviously it's a dream come into a nightmare. Obviously it's a dream that's turned into a total nightmare. A lot of this is your fault. Obviously there are things that I regret and that I have said that I regret. Strangely, a lot of them are not being there for you, but or not saying something, or something like that, or I don't know, I would always be concerned about your well-being. But that was really wrong of me, wasn't it? I think it was pretty wrong of me. But anyway, whether you watch this or not, I needed to tell you all this, and I needed to say all this because you really need to know all this. And I really hope that you, whatever happens, whatever is in the future, that you suffer, that you deserve nothing good. You should feel ashamed of yourself for the way you have treated me and for what has happened. You should feel disgusted and ashamed of the person that you've become. You should feel very bad about everything, and I don't think you do, because if you really did, you wouldn't let this go on for this long. You wouldn't let it just hang like this. You would actually try to do something, but clearly you are totally stripped of feeling towards me, and all you can do is respond with ridiculous, disgusting, disturbing, offensive photos and say these stupid comments and quotes from shows or games or something. But I'm really sick of it, okay? I'm really, really, really tired of it, and you need to stop all this. And I would have a conversation with you, but I don't think I can. This is the only way that I can say how I really feel about you without you barging in and sending your nonsense all over the place. Because it's disturbing, offensive, and disgusting, just like you. I guess that's a reflection of who you really are, who you really have become. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. And yeah, I really hope you suffer, and I really hope you are in a lot of pain, and that you cry, and that you don't have any positive feelings, and that you are suffering because you would really deserve it, and you would deserve to feel pain, misery. So yeah, I guess that's really all I have to say for now, but I'm sure that there's going to be more to say to you, because there always is more. I never can say enough to you. It will never be enough. And I know that you would cheat on me if we were together. I know you would. I know that you would somehow do that. I know that you would probably look at other girls like that. I know that you would probably scroll through and you would just take a look and just totally ignore me, and you would probably even act like you don't even see them that way, and you're probably doing that right now for all I know. And that is not funny, and that is not cool at all. That is not whatsoever. Okay, and even though we're not anything, even though we're not together, I am still highly offended that you would do something like that while you're just totally leaving me like this. That's not okay, okay? I hope you know that. I really hope you know that. But trust me, I will have more to say to you. I will always have more to say to you, okay? I'm pretty sure of that, and that will be a consistent thing. Even if I don't directly say it to you, there will be more to say one way or another. So I really hope that you know that. I really hope that you understand that, okay? And if you don't, well, I highly doubt that you will, but one day I hope that something hits you one way or another, and there will be more to say, whether I say it or not. So I hope something sticks with you, okay? I really, really hope that something in this video has stuck with you, and that you really get what I'm saying, because I'm serious about this, and you should know I am really serious, and I'm not kidding around with you. I'm not messing around. I'm not joking around with you. You probably think this is a whole joke, but it's not, and it's not funny. This whole thing is not funny anymore, and you need to know that and understand that. So yeah. That's all I have for right now, but I'm sure there'll be more.